Hello, 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 hello. Zootopia. Great movie. Now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Great movie. I can definitely see why people like it. This is interesting music for this. So it's an allegory, but I think there's a lot more to it than just being an allegory. People are trying to tell me what kind of allegory is this? What kind of allegory is this? All right, first scene of the movie. First scene of the movie. Blood is exploded from a ketchup bottle at crotch level to simulate blood splatter. Great start to the movie. No, I'm not a furry, but now I can see why those people are into this. I can see there's a lot of bodily intimacy expressed in these animals throughout the whole movie. I noticed quite a bit. Let's see, with the first thing I thought, there's turn down the music. Someone said turn down the music. No, I'm not a furry. I did notice that the themes of power and powerlessness immediately from the beginning show like that really add to the bodily intimacy that you're getting from these animals. The scratch marks are always a little bit. Hello. Zootopia. Great movie. How am I hearing myself right now? Now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Great movie. I can definitely see why people like it. Okay, interesting. All right, when the bunny, the first thing that disappointed me about the movie was I thought they were going to keep up this like realistic power and differential between the animals and stuff, but then immediately the bunny beats the rhino at boxing because she like slingshots herself like with the rubber band into his fist to make him punch himself. It kind of I thought it would be more gritty from the opening, but we didn't get that. But we did get a lot of first of all, you meet her dad. He's a trucker. He's got a carrot on his head, driving home the lovable fat moron who's racist against foxes. You drive into Zootopia. So nothing's too sexual yet. You drive into Zootopia. The first thing you see is the gazelle pop star. You'd only see her from the chest up, so it's not too sexy yet. It's not too bodily intimacy. What do I mean by bodily intimacy? Physical closeness? No, I mean like there's a scene where you watch the fox take a little tiny cake the size of a rodent's cake, and he takes a little tiny fork. He puts it into it, and he slowly opens his mouth and puts the little tiny speck of a tiny bit of cake and icing onto his tongue. And you really get this intimate, sensual experience of that fox eating that little tiny bit of icing. First thing you see is a gazelle pop star when you enter the city, setting the tone for the sexual wave to come as we enter the modern era. Good use of perspective to emphasize the size difference between the bunny and the rest of the big giant animals, the big buff animals, and they're grunting and first thing I noticed when she starts working, she's a cunt. She's doing all the tickets. Yeah. Baby fox wants to be an elephant when he grows up. The fox makes popsicles with his paw prints. They all are shaped like his foot, and he uses his feet to make them. And it's disgusting. But I can definitely see what people are into that. I can definitely see what you guys are. Now I'm really getting the ketchup bottle squirting the foot popsicles. She catches the bald guy. The boss is mean to her. The bunny was only included in the police by affirmative action. Fox, she outsmarts the fox, and the fox wants to get back at her. So he, without any giving her any acknowledgement, he tricks her into going into a nudist colony and exposing her to a lot of naked people in a naked man's ass immediately. A smelly naked man's ass. He exposes and he smugly grins the whole time. They get some testimony from one of the nudists while just watching a nudist elephant, I believe, doing yoga. They're just having a good time watching, and they're getting the testimony. Doing a bunch of different yoga poses, rearing her ass, spreading her legs. Then they go and they see the sloth from the commercial, and we get the joke. What do you call a 3-humped camel? Pregnant. So we got all the pregnancy stuff going on. The bunny and the fox get... Oh wait, I skipped a bit. The fox sells an expensive wool rug made from the fur of a skunk's butt. You watch this fox slowly eat essentially a tiny bit of icing. Is this a review or an index? We may be evolved, but deep down we're still animals. The bunny and the fox get wrapped up together, tight, suspended above the buff cops. A fox is held down and muzzled by bullies in a dark room at night. The fox secretly gropes a sheep's wool sensually without her consent while making orgasmic faces and noises. Then says, "Do you think when she goes to sleep she counts herself?" Having clearly fantasized about sheep in the past. Bunny and the fox tease each other. The wolves howl compulsively with no control over their primal desires. The animals in their cages, totally feral and enslaved. They flush themselves down the toilet after the bunny asks, "Can you swim?" Alone in his office in the dark, the chief is enjoying looking at himself on the body of a muscular tiger in a swimsuit dancing. Then we get the famous scene where there is clearly a penis visible. Clearly a penis visible on the right there. I circled it for you. It's a carrot as the penis with the beets or onions or whatever. It's the testicles, clearly. Okay, the fox records the bunny crying, and then he plays it back to her, and then opens his arms, and they embrace while he sensually directs her and tells her what to do, and she obediently follows his commands while smiling as he continues to tease her. The second time you see the mafia rodent's daughter, she's flaunting that she's pregnant and rubbing her engorged belly. The fox asks permission to give a victory toot-toot like a child in a childlike demeanor, while the bunny grants him permission in a motherly tone. He toots the horn gleefully. The bunny punches the fox, and he obediently attends to her digression. While tricking the bad guy, the fox puts the bunny's neck in his mouth, and then they continue to tease each other. They make it official that they're dating finally. The sexy gazelle shakes her ass in the camera, and then muscular tigers in shorts flex and smile at the camera. The sheep is then seen in an interrogation room in a similar pose and composition as the Basic Instinct shot, the famous shot where she crosses her legs. That's my index of the events of this movie. So overall, I would rate it... I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I think I'm more likely to jerk off to furry porn now. No, what? Not a 6 out of 10. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I think it... that's like that sexy bunny. And the voice acting was great. Very believable. The writing of female characters was great, which is often a challenge for people for some reason. The fox was interesting because he had barely... There's a lot of the fox's character that we don't see. He's very snarky. He's all repressed and it's all in the inside. We don't really see... Like, even though you get his whole, like, arc there, you don't really get to see the rest of him. He's very controlled. I bet you further along in their relationship, he does something abusive. $6.9 out of 10. Yeah, the dance party at the end. They are shaking their asses. No, the gazelle in particular. It's not a dance party, it's a concert. The gazelle is performing. At first, I didn't think she was very sexy when they first pull in, because it's just her, like, mostly neck and shoulders. But she was wearing a bra. Nick is the hottest character. Is he the fox? Is Nick the fox? Who's the hottest? I mean, yeah, the fox. It's because we only see the sexy parts of his character. We don't really see the rest. We don't see the unsexy parts. Yeah. No, I don't like that the bunny is kind of a Mary Sue. Like, she can do anything, no matter what. She can, like, beat up a big giant guy. She's got superpowers whenever it's convenient. So that really helped along the story. And if you can ignore that, then it's going to be a good movie. Me saying he's probably abusive made me question myself deeply. Well, yeah, I mean, because he's got this incredible deep-seated desire to be constantly in control and constantly playing chess with everybody around him, no matter what. He seems like very well adjusted, but in those moments where he's not in control, I mean, he's not always going to be in control. So, what's underneath there? A white woman? Oh, a white woman. A white woman. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you think white women like this movie? I would say white women probably would love this movie. I would recommend it to all white women. Would black men like this movie? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Snow bunny? Oh, I guess then black men will like it if there's a snow bunny. I was mentioning what the bunny is, referring to her as a Mary Sue, the snow bunny. What, do you want me to talk more about how she's a Mary Sue? She fucking uses a rubber band to shoot herself into a rhino, and that's with boxing gloves, and he punches himself and knocks himself out. So he's like a Looney Tune Mary Sue. Most of the other characters don't really have Looney Tune powers. She's the only one really that has that convenient plot Looney Tune power shit that I noticed. I don't know. I don't know about the whole allegory thing. People, Rhubarb was telling me just before I started streaming, don't I dare say it's an allegory for racism. Well, it can't be racism, I guess, because there is racism in the movie. I mean, there's racism when the fox, like when the girl's dad like fucking hates foxes and gives her like fox repellent in a fox taser. So that's racism. But I would say it's probably more social groupism. I don't know, like different, like the predators versus the prey. Okay, that's all I really have to say about this movie. It's a romance story, buddy cop movie. 7.5 out of 10. Have a good night.